life is but a dream.
What? I don't know what they got.
Huh? Right here, right? It says, God spake these words and said, I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not.
Good evening.
What happened?
Oh, Christopher got attacked by one of the other tenants. Christopher!
You all right?
It's me.
You stay over here? Yes, right here, 612.
You gone?
Is this the one that attacked you?
No, no.
Yes, it is.
No, but he spit on me the other night. I told him.
Okay, but no, okay. Chris, go in. Go in. I'll take care of it.
He spit on me the other night.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We don't use physical violence here.
But he tried to attack me, tried to hurt me. But he didn't know I know a lot.
But listen to what I'm telling you. We do not have physical violence here.
I know.
If there is a problem with another tenant, you need to come to me. This is why I'm on the desk. Okay? I don't want to hear of it no more. All right? You need.
Okay.
This past year was quite an experience. You know, always coming down and hearing about memorial services for so-and-so. You know, like you see, I just seen him the day before in the elevator, and then the next day he's gone, you know.
They use a room here for a group called the Listening Post. Every day for an hour and a half, ministers of different denominations spend time with anyone who wants to drop in, have a cup of coffee, and talk about anything from God to the 49ers.
The people in the hotel, I believe, like all people, need God. And part of why I'm here is to witness that God loves them and is here also.
I'm an alcoholic. That's a disease.
Most people who are here are detached in some way from community, from church, from family. Many people have been rejected. They have been ejected from families, from church. And part of why we are here is to be the church coming to the hotel.
May God look upon you with kindness and give you peace.
We provide a constant presence. We're here every day in a very inconstant kind of environment and world. And the bottom line is that by our presence we say God loves you. God knows who you are and God loves you, and that's our ministry.
Things like this are real important because, you know, a lot of people look down on us. You know, I've lost a lot of friends and family because of the fact that I have AIDS. So to have people to replace that, you know, that people really care and love you means a lot.
The third floor.
It helps you through it.
Yeah. Doesn't she come to see you personally? No? Oh.
No. And my beloved godmother stood me up.
Oh, okay.
And
come down and see me tomorrow. Hey. Will you? Will you come? Will you Without his medication, he's got like thrush of the mouth real bad, and he's got bites on him from spiders that are really infected because it's real easy to get infected if you got HIV, just a little scratch and go into a major infection. If Malcolm would take care of himself, Malcolm's still got several years, but the way Malcolm is going, Malcolm would be lucky to make a year. Yeah, because he won't take his medications. He's, you know, that's the reason we're trying it this way, where if I actually get the medications for him, then Malcolm will be okay, you know.
happy days are here again.
I spent 25 years on just about every drug. No. I was an IV drug user all those years. By every right and form, I should have HIV. I was lucky enough to miss out some way or not. I think anyone's retrievable. I was a lost cause. I was When I said I lived here, I actually didn't live here. I slept here on people's floors. Like I said, I was 86 out here on a regular basis. I was homeless for 7 years. You know, I actually did not pay rent. You know, these people, a lot of them are a lot better off than I was. I don't think there is such a thing as a lost cause. It just that they have to want to change. You know, people have to want to change, to change.
How old are you, Malcolm?
Oh, jeez. I was 37. 37, yes.
And where are you from?
I was born in Ukiah.
Some of what we know about Malcolm's life is this. He went to college, never married, collected art, loved music, was an accomplished pianist, even had his own Steinway. And though he was not a lawyer, Malcolm once worked at one of San Francisco's biggest law firms.
They disowned me.
Your mom and dad disowned you?
Yeah. My dad ran out. All my acquaintances, even my best friends, they can't handle the high headaches. So they leave me alone. I'm sorry. Tell them to go to hell. Hell. Go to hell, you bother.
What happened to your eye?
I see this job as we're kind of a bridge between the patient and the community and the services in the community. We try and make it easier for these people to get into the system and to stay in the system so that they don't get lost and fall through the cracks is one of our favorite terms. You okay?
Yeah.
Some of David's primary problems at this point in time are related to his substance abuse as much as they are to his HIV disease. He's been using a lot of IV speed lately, and that gives him a lot of his gastrointestinal type symptoms, his nausea and his diarrhea and his lack of appetite. Just to see him in a really short period of time, a couple of times a week, I feel overwhelmed that he's got more needs than I think I can meet as a nurse, and has to incorporate the whole system, social work. I'm maybe only a third finished when I leave the room. I have 2/3 of the job left in front of me to do with phone calls and coordinating.
Getting dizzy.
Huh?
Getting dizzy.
You're getting dizzy? I'm sorry.
Sometimes really like that.
Yeah. Part of me wants David to have a peaceful death on clean white sheets somewhere, and part of me wants David to have what David wants, and it may be very well to stay here. I'll see you in a couple of days, okay? And you know how to call me up the street if you need me, right?
She might be torturing here. I don't know now. Yeah, we're right there, Angel.
This is the office for AIDS, AIDS Indigent Direct Services. 3 rooms, usually staffed by 3 people. AIDS has been in the hotel since 1989 and was the first on-site agency. Most clients come here by word of mouth or are referred by AIDS outreach workers.
When did you move back in here?
Just last week.
Okay. And you're like homeless since then, right?
Yeah, in a sense. I just moved out of my roommates because we were fighting.
I am the middleman. I'm here to provide a service for the client. When they can't do it themselves, I normally advocate for them and become a vehicle in between their situations, whatever it may be. And this client's receiving SSI.
You sometimes think of yourself as sort of a surrogate father for these people?
The majority of the time, yes. A lot of people can't deal with the fact that they are HIV positive, so they stay medicated with the drugs.
And in fact, that medication adds to their HIV problem.
Exactly, as well as their problems. As far as keeping stabilized housing, nutritional-wise,
Immune system goes to heck.
Exactly. And then they're not coherent on any advice that you give them.
And then there's a woman from a middle-class family who's too embarrassed to let us use her name and reveal her face because of skin abscesses. Robert Rubin became her case manager. It went well, but only for a brief time. There was an incident with her welfare check.
I was supposed to stay and go with Robert to get my check and pay my rent.
As soon as you get money in your hand, that's it. It doesn't matter what you need, what your responsibilities are, who you made promises to. All you think about is drugs and getting high.
I went and got my check and I spent it all on drugs.
So I really bawled her out that day about trust, about me being here to help her.
And I lied to Robert and I told him that I didn't get my check.
At that point, she was going to be thrown out of the hotel that evening. So I had to work fast on getting funds for her to stay here.
And I was more scared that I had lost someone who would help me, who would believe in me. But I didn't. I've done the things I'm supposed to do. And he's been there for me.
So far.
So far. I have 5 days clean now, except for drinking a beer.
I do this because I too was an addict at one point in my life. You know, I had a drug addiction. And I was out there, you know, not as dramatic as this, but I was out there. And I know the feeling of being turned away, being rejected. I think we do it because no one else will. And most of us know what it's like to be on the other side. So when are you gonna take care of your rent today?
No, I'm not.
What are you gonna do? Go get loaded?
I don't know. I don't think so. But can I have my money? I really don't want to discuss this right now. I don't.
You can have your money.
Okay, I don't want to talk about this at all.
Why not?
I just don't want to. Can I just have my money?
I'll give you your money,
I don't
Brenda.
even want to talk. I just want my money.
Where's your attitude coming from? She's angry now because I have her money. She obviously doesn't want to pay rent. She wants to go out and use, you know. She needs more drugs now. Once you start, it's like a chain reaction. You keep going. And she knows where her money is, so she wants it now. Then it's going to come back to me, you know, on the 8th when they're ready to throw her out of here. She's going to come back to the door crying and begging, you know, for me to help her out again. So I think I'm going to have to let her go just to see, you know, that she can't use the place as a revolving door for one thing, and she needs to be responsible.